Your Majesty, 𝐻𝐸𝐞𝐫𝐚𝐭𝐢𝐨𝐵, Your Excellency Lempos, Darshos, distinguished speakers from abroad, and speakers and participants within Bhutan and abroad, dear brothers and sisters, Kusuzangbola. I'm very much honored and humbled to stand in front of you all as a representative from the Central Monastic Body to share some of the reflections from the monastic body of Bhutan on the spiritual foundation of happiness-centered development. As you all know that Central Monastic Body is the oldest institution in Bhutan, which is not only mandated to uphold and preserve Buddha Dharma, but also it plays an important role to promote and preserve the national identity, cultural values, and most importantly, to educate and to orientate our younger generations in this 21st century. In the sacred valleys of Bhutan, where the teachings of the Buddha form the bedrock of our way of life, the monastic body holds a profound responsibility to safeguard and guide the spiritual well-being of nation. As Bhutan continues to develop under the visionary philosophy of gross national happiness, or GNH, we, the monastic community, offer this reflection on the spiritual dimensions of happiness-centered development. True happiness, as taught by Buddha, is not a fleeting sensation depending on external circumstances. Instead, a deep inner peace cultivated through wisdom, compassion, and ethical living. Development that is centered on happiness must therefore begin with the transformation of our mind. Without this spiritual foundation, material progress alone cannot bring the lasting fulfillment. The four pillars of GNH, the good governance, sustainable socio-economic development, preservation of culture, and environmental conservation, resonate deeply with Buddhist principles. They mirror the Noble Eightfold Path, which encourages right view, right intention, and right action, so and so, in every sphere of our life. When policies and systems are guided by compassion and non-attachment, they give rise to society that nurture both inner and outer well-being. As monastic, we emphasize the cultivation of mindfulness, ethical conduct, and altruism. These are the seeds of both individual happiness as well as collective harmony. In the face of modern challenges such as consumerism, mental stress, and ecological degradation, spiritual practice offers a timeless compass. Meditation, contemplation, and ethical reflection must be integrated into education, governance, and daily life to ensure that development serves not only the body, but also to the heart. We also see the monastic body as a vital partner in nurturing the moral and spiritual consciousness of the nation. Through teaching, example, and a compassionate service, we seek to awaken in every citizen the understanding that happiness arises from inner contentment, not mere accumulation. In this light, the GNH vision is not merely a policy framework, but a living expression of the Dharma. As this philosophy that, as the spiritual and moral compass of the country, the Central Monastic Body influences GNH across all four of its pillar and 9 domains. To little highlight with the breakdown of its contribution. Number one, promoting culture and spiritual values, which correlates with the GNH pillar of preservation and promotion of culture. The monastic body is the guardian of Buddhist teaching, ritual, the Bhutanese culture heritage. Through monastic education, festivals like during Tsechus and public teachings, it instills values such as compassion, mindfulness, ethical conduct, and contentment, which is the core principle that underpin the GNH. This value also encourages non-materialistic lifestyle and develop a sense of collective identity grounded in the Bhutanese tradition. Number two, fostering mental and emotional well-being, which again correlates with the GNH domain of psychological well-being. Here, the monastic personnel provide spiritual guidance and counseling to individuals and communities. Again, practical like meditation, prayer, and mindfulness offered by monks contribute to psychological resilience and inner peace. The monastic body's presence in both rural and urban, in Bhutan as well as in international areas, helps address emotional and concerns across the population. Number three, encouraging environmental ethics, which again correlates with the GNH pillar of environmental conservation. Buddhist philosophy emphasizes interdependence and compassion for all sentient beings, which translate into reverence for the Mother Earth. The monastic body actively supports environmental preservation efforts, including tree plantation, water source protection, and advocating against exploitation of natural resources. Number four, supporting equitable and justice society, which again correlates with the good governance of GNH pillar. As a mission, as a subject of change, as a follower of Buddha, we serve as a moral check and balance on governments by offering holistic approaches in the government from a spiritual and ethical standpoint. It again encourages practices in national decision makings. Again, we participate or we partake in the ceremonies such as the opening of parliament, on coronation of our beloved monarchs, which again symbolizes the harmony between the religion and the state in Bhutan. This value also encourages ethical leadership and non-corrupt practices through its teachings. Number five, providing education and social service, which is one of the benchmark development or transformation that the Central Monastic Body has initiated, which again correlates with the GNH domains of education or community vitality. Central Monastic Body or monastic institution in Bhutan operates monastic schools and institutes that not only contributes to the monastic body, but also contribute to the spiritual and ethical education, complementing modern education system. So in many rurals, our local participants as well as the visitors international may have observed that monks serve as informal educators, healers, and community leaders, helping sustain strong community bonds. Again, during crises like natural disasters or during the COVID pandemic, the monastic body engage in prayer ceremonies, relief efforts, and psychological support. The Central Monastic Body is not just a religious institution, it is an active agent in Bhutan's GNH framework, shaping national identity, supporting societal well-being, and promoting a compassionate, sustainable, and spiritually grounded way of life. Its influence helps balance material development with the inner and collective happiness of Bhutanese society, which combines which reinforces the two principles of upaya and prajna. In conclusion, happiness-centered development in Bhutan must continue to be rooted in the spiritual soil of our Buddhist heritage. Only by grounding progress in wisdom and compassion, we can ensure that our journey today and the future will lead us not only to prosperity, but to the liberation from suffering for all beings. May the vision of GNH flourish in harmony with the Dharma, and may Bhutan continue to shine as a beacon of enlightened development in the world. With this, I would like to thank very much for giving privilege to represent or to talk on behalf of the Central Monastic Body. Thank you very much, and 𝐻𝒐𝙗𝒐𝒏𝙚𝒔𝙨.